I haven't even tried to teach this for a really long time. But modern Muay Thai is not what Muay Thai used to be. Modern Muay Thai, the way it has developed, is a fraction of what it was. And I'm not talking about like what it was like a century ago. I'm talking about like what it was in the 70s and 80s. Okay? And a lot of that is because of like internal stuff culturally in Thailand. Like gambling has really eroded the quality of Muay Thai. Frankly, so have fucking white people going over there all the time and then fighting and stuff. It's kind of like them trying to appease like the white tourists. Anyway, money, yeah, boils down to money. But some of the old style is still being taught. And one of the really classical trademarks of real Muay Thai is something called the triangle step. You see it in other things like capoeira, the triangle step. Okay, you see it in capoeira, you see it in Filipino stick fighting. Old stuff, hema. If you're familiar with like European style sword fighting, you see it a lot there. Modern shooting tactics, you'll see triangle step. And what triangle step is, it's our way of catching an angle and opening up attacks. Right? So if I just step here. Okay. No, just use your brains. Okay, so the way I'm standing is half of a triangle. Right? Everyone see that? Okay. It's like one angle of the triangle. Okay. Two angles of the triangle. Third angle of the triangle. Right. So here is one triangle. So even when I do this, I am generating a shit ton of power and my rhythm. Right. So if we're fighting, right, and I simply step, whomp. Okay? You saw I step back, right? Step, whomp, new angle. Step, whomp, new angle. If he presses forward and I step back, bam, new angle. If he steps forward and I step to the side, step, bam, new angle. So pretty much, I can work 90s and 45s, but with this step. And every time I step, I'm completing a part of the triangle. Does that make sense? The triangle doesn't have to be perfect like equilateral triangle either, right? I can be even sliding off to the side. You can also turn into a punch, right, or an elbow, slide off to the side, penetrate, okay? The biggest remnant we see in triangle step is the skip. The skip used to be a slide, right? When the ring was mostly dirt, or if you'll sometimes in like, if you see Muay Thai like really deep in the sticks, they're using palm fronds as the base, and they'll throw some canvas over it or some other material over it so your feet don't get lacerated. But it's still like slick and slidey as all get out. Doing this is giving you shit. But all of a sudden, stepping back and forward, you're almost pointing your foot, so we're not even pivoting because the ring is too soft. Right? So he's pressing, especially against lefty, trying to step is awesome. Right? So he steps back, I step back. Bam, 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 bam. That's how we used to create our angles. Like in the, up until the 80s, maybe the early 90s. Okay? I was really fortunate. I've had a couple teachers that actually took the time to teach me. I only know the basics of triangle step. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a master of it by any means. Okay? But I want you guys to kind of play with this a little bit. So as he steps forward, what angles has he opened from? If we're straight in, I don't have a lot, right? So how can I hit him with this leg? Where can I go?
Back.
I can go laterally. Okay, so let's try this. So I step laterally, turn, not quite there yet.
No.
Right? But is this a good angle? Yeah, because I've cleared him, right? But the problem is I don't have a lot here. He can defend. Okay? So I'm still pulling him in. So now he starts to pursue me. He's probably going to triangle step 2. Right? So take a step with your back leg, step forward. Yes. See, so now I get to triangle step again. Bah. So then it becomes counter move to counter move to counter move to counter move. There is no right or left hand fighter anymore. Now we're ambidextrous. Right? Always playing off that front leg. Okay? Where we are dominant with Muay Thai are not really the 90s, unless you're really tall, but more the 45s. Forward and back. Right? If he steps forward, right, and I step back, what part of the triangle am I on? The 45. And I've opened up this angle. Bang! Bang! Okay? Could I go 45 forward? Hit the triangle over here? You think? Could I? He steps forward. Bump. Now I kind of slid my step. I don't know if you saw that. Okay? And then from here, what's open? Oh. Oh.
Oh.
Right? Punch. Bang. Over. Bang. Bang. Or maybe a real dick. Kidney. Bang.
Oh.
Which is completely legal, by the way, in Thailand. Not here. Okay? But it opens up a whole plethora of cool shit. Okay? But before we do, what you were going to teach is also part of triangle stuff. And I'll kind of circle back to it. Let me have you teach your segment, and I'll kind of circle back. I apologize. It's going to get pretty out there, okay? But this is going to be some really old school Muay Thai that came up. So before it leaves my brain, I kind of want to go into it.
Kind of weird because I don't know how to segue into that. And I'm on crowd brain, so I'm like, crowd done that?
Yeah, the teaching model is the same.
Okay, so I gotta block those kicks. I'm working on blocking with my legs, not my hands. Not blocking with my hands because I like my arms. Totally great partying on this.
Fine.
Such a simple movement.
Change angles.
Change my angle towards left. Sure. Okay. Alright, so I'm checking the kick. That's what it is. It's a block of the leg. If he's throwing a round kick, whichever side he's throwing, I'm going to reach the same side leg up to my side, protect my body. Doing that on the flat foot of my foot, flat part of my foot. I'm not going onto my toes. And then I'm also protecting my head with my hands to protect anything else that might come by. My elbow is going to flare out a little bit, so I'm not making that contact onto the knee. This whole time I'm keeping my guard up, protecting him at any type of headshot. So in my fighting stance, comes for that round kick, and I'm bringing that knee up, and then coming back down. If it's a really big shot, I want to give a little oomph into it, just to make sure that they know that this is my ring, and it helps protect your face, so you have a good foundation to come back down. More, but I think that's enough. So simple.
We're still developing, yeah. Well, some things are going to kind of part of this. Right, just like probably like okay, so keep this in. It's all there. Okay, so now I'm just going to have you guys partner up. You're going to go one for one with the kicks, and you're going to defend. Oh, shake that.
Oh boy.
Okay? Because here's why. I want you guys to learn to control with the kick. Okay? If you see the leg jack, you can make the kick soft. Right? And all I have to do is just bend and flex the knee. We'll do this in fights too, right? If I see he's going to catch with the elbow, I'll take the leg off him, right? If I see he's going to leg check and I don't want to clash with him, right? If I throw my kick and he leg check, I'm going to make it soft. So I'm not blasting my own legs, right? But don't defend it. But if I see I got it, I can still put the stank on the end of it. The technique does not change. I'm just softening it. I'm not even changing the rotation, just the snap on it, and I'm breaking down the integrity of the leg. Okay, so I'm allowing the joints to flex. The more flexion we have in joints, the more energy is dissipated. That's all we're doing, right? So when I'm moving, he throws his kick. See, so that was a little rigid. Okay, you want to play that, we can. Right, he throws again, softens the kick. Yes, there we go. Still pushing to me just a little. Okay. That's it. Good. And then I want you guys to, where you get control of the kick, isn't by trying to control the legs, it's actually by controlling the hands. Right, so when I throw my kick, when I come across, and I'm going to sit there, I'm going to practice my setup with my hands. When I throw that round kick, right, I'm setting up, I want my hands to be setting up big, especially if we're going to be working the triangle. Right, now rotating through, and soften it. Don't defend it or I can bump. Right? But it's all going to be controlled.